1, 2, 3.
You're now inside the Distant Worlds studios for an exclusive interview.
Discussing the upcoming Light of the Green Lantern.
The Green Lantern.
February 10th, 2023.
What's going on, DC fanatics and everyone that loves the Distant Worlds and DC comic characters alike? My name is Kevin, and next to me I have
Doug Saunders, and next to me I have
Aaron Wacker.
And we're here to promote our second and upcoming film, The Light of the Green Lantern. The Light of the Green Lantern is a cosmic red origin film of Alan Scott, who was a down-on-his-luck newscaster who one day stumbles upon a mystic energy known as the Starheart. And after that day, let's just say he'll never be the same again. So with my teammates here, we're going to play this new game that we just thought of. It's called Round for Round, No Spoilers.
Round for round, no spoilers.
And since the Light of the Green Lantern doesn't come out until February 10th, make sure you watch it on Roku, YouTube, Vimeo, and everything. Since it doesn't come out on February 10th, right now we're going to play a game called Round for Round, where we ask each other questions. But we can't have any spoilers about the movie. So whatever we answer can't have any spoilers pertaining to the movie. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the first question to Doug.
Question 1 is from Doug.
All right. So my first question goes out to you, Kevin. It's a Green Lantern question. Does the new Green Lantern film line up with any more productions that you had or are planning to have?
See, now that's where the spoiler part gets hard not to talk about. It does in so many ways. In so many ways it does. The Green Lantern is a standalone film, but if you watch Justice League Task Force, you're not going to believe how the film ends in the post-credit scene. And you're not going to believe who actually needs Green Lantern's help at the end of the film as well. Let's just say it's a doctor of some kind. So now,
okay, Aaron.
Second question is from Aaron.
All right, so we'll say my first question. Let's direct this one at Doug. Does anyone die in the upcoming Green Lantern movie?
Okay, so nobody dies in the upcoming Green Lantern movie, but someone is dead in the upcoming Green Lantern movie.
Hey, okay. All right. Okay, I got you. All right, so I got this one for Aaron.
Third question is from Kevin.
In the Light of the Green Lantern, in an instant, you have to switch from being a really depressed kind of guy to being essentially overconfident and ready to take on the world. Now, how difficult was it as an actor to go from so low to such a high extremely?
As an actor, it's harder than you think it is. It's not easy because as far as like emotions go, you have to be able to like turn it off and turn it on, and it's hard. But the nice thing is with this movie is I get to work with the character to change with them. When we filmed it, we try to film it from start to finish. I know a lot of people will direct movies. Sometimes they'll do the ending first, or they'll do a scene in the middle and then jump back to the beginning and back to the end. And they're kind of like all over the place as it fits in and as time goes on for availability. For us, it was really easy for me to be able to go transition with the character because we did it from start to finish.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, definitely. It helps you follow the character all the way through by filming it like chronologically.
Yeah,
definitely. I hear that,
This one goes out to Aaron.
Question is from Doug.
So you're online for another one.
Okay.
Where did you find inspiration for your character?
Oh man, that was kind of tough. Honestly, I just thought of the different movies I've seen. First, as Alan Scott as a news reporter, I was thinking of one was Bruce Almighty and Evan Almighty, because they're both news reporters. They're kind of goofy and kind of have a lot going on in their lives, but they also have to do news. So I thought of those two movies, and then as far as the Green Lantern part goes, that I kind of was just thinking of how I would react if I were to have abilities or powers. So I kind of grabbed it from everywhere, and then I did read the comics as well. So for the Green Lantern.
Yeah, if I had powers, it would go to my head. Yeah, I mean, I'd be the guy always in the sky. Like, okay, we get it. You can fly. You can fly now. Let's get it.
Yeah. Just fly just for the heck of it.
Fifth question is from Kevin.
So this one I actually have for Doug. So even though the Light of the Green Lantern is directly connected to our 2021 Justice League Task Force, the Light of the Green Lantern is still its own side story, you know, and it takes place in its own separate city. Do you plan on expanding more of the world and the life of Alan Scott's Green Lantern?
Yeah, we're actually working on starting to shoot filming this February on a new full feature length movie. It's going to be about an hour and 40 minutes long. But it's not just Alan Scott and Green Lantern. It also brings in some other characters from the DC universe that Kevin, you and I and Aaron had talked about and came up with a pretty good sideline on. So there's actually, it's going to be a Green Lantern movie, but there's also kind of like a whole nother mini movie within the movie. So it's I'm excited. It's going to be fun to do.
Kind of like Captain America Civil War, how it's a Captain America movie, but you have Black Panther running around. You have these different subplots going on. You know, I know it's going to be different in tone, but I get what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
I got a question for you, Kevin. Do you plan to try and make Distant Worlds a profitable thing in the future at all? Do you ever see this going commercial?
I don't see it really going commercial, and I'm gonna give a quick little rundown. The hardest thing about if we ever wanted to was that Warner Brothers, now Warner Brothers Discovery, owns DC Comics, and everything we do, Superman, Wonder Woman, even down to Robin's robot sidekick, is all DC Comics property. So we wouldn't be able to profit, you know, directly off of it. But if someone wanted to do product placement, have one of our characters wear their shirts in the film, we get paid for that. Or we monetize our YouTube channel, we get paid for that, as long as we have copyright-free songs and stuff like that. But right now, it's more about just getting people to see that we're doing this for everyone. You know, we're doing this so we can have our own little universe. I'm sure, like, just like everyone else, man, that gets frustrated when they cancel a Batgirl movie that was finished. All they had to do was edit it, and they scrapped it so that they could recoup some of the money in taxes. And the fans are in charge here, man. Like, we post all the time on our Facebook page, what would you like to see in the next movie? You know, this is our world, and sometimes the best things in life are free.
All right.
Yeah. This one goes out to Kevin. What was the most? What was that?
I said I got a twofer. Here we go.
You got a twofer too. It just happens to be the way it is, I guess. So, what do you feel is the most striking feature of the Green Lantern film?
That's hard.
What sticks out to you the most?
That's hard. That's hard because I seen you create this thing so like rapidly that it's almost striking because it was words on a piece of paper, you know. And then like you're writing, and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, he's right, he's gonna make it. A month later, the dude got half the film made. Man, the most striking thing is, without spoiling it, is when he officially becomes the Green Lantern. You guys are gonna love this. I'm telling you. When Aaron and Alan Scott just turn into the Green Lantern, it's gonna blow your mind. It's almost like the complete color scheme changes. If you get what I'm saying, guys.
That was honestly, as writing and directing it, that was my favorite spot too. And thank you both for your creative ideas on the whole writing process and making it come alive also.
Oh, definitely, man. And that's actually where I wanted to clarify on the credits that it's written by you, but story by Doug Saunders, Aaron Wacker, and Kevin Cowell. Like, we contributed to the story, but you wrote the thing.
Yeah, but without you guys' input on it and helping adjust the script along the way as it needs to, it wouldn't have came out the way that it did.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but it still would have been bombed though. But I feel you.
So
I actually have. Go ahead.
Hold on. I was just gonna say, one of my questions kind of leads into what we were just talking about. So if I could jump in and ask that question real quick, is directed towards Doug. I was gonna say, how long did it take you to write the script for?
You're gonna laugh.
So I wrote the script using voice text notes on iPhone as I was driving from my house to Grand Rapids, which is about a 45-minute drive. The thing just started rolling out and creating itself as I was working it through my mind, and because I think it was like just before I left the house. I can't remember, Kevin, if it was you or Aaron that I talked to, or it was a conference call like we're having now. But I said, I've got some time on the road. Let me think about a few ideas with what we would do, and then it just started coming out.
That's not even the proper way. That's not even the proper way. I was eating a bowl of oatmeal. And he said, I'm going to write a Green Lantern movie. I'm like, okay. I rinsed the bowl. He sent me the first draft. 45 minutes, dude. I'm telling you, like an hour. An hour, like what you're about to see on screen was mostly written then. It's just like straight up brainchild, man. I'm telling you, like, Justly Task Force took me 6 months to write. So, just putting that out there. Yeah, but kudos on that, man. You guys were the main team behind that, man. I had missed a lot of production days, but you guys killed it.
It was. Thank you. It was fun, and it continues to be fun.
Oh,
definitely. I have a question for Aaron. So when you came on set for Justice League Task Force the first day, and you were casted as Alan Scott, you were simply there to be just a newscaster, Alan Scott. Did you ever think that small appearance would lead to your own solo film and now a sequel to the film in development?
Absolutely not. No way did it. When I showed up there, I was like, okay. I drove like almost an hour to do this one scene that's going to be real quick, and I'm like, oh, I'm not even going to bother like really to hang out or talk to anybody because I feel like I'm like, it's just a small little bit. I'll be in, out, like it's not even going to be that important. And I was just like, I know I was talking to you, Kevin, about like a future with the character because like I really wanted to be Green Lantern or do something in a costume and be a superhero. And you're like, well, Alan Scott is Green Lantern in the comics, and you're like, but we're just doing a new scene. I was like, okay, I guess that's fine. I don't mind. But yeah, I never thought I was actually going to get my own spin-off movie or the second one for that matter. So thank you, Doug, for making that happen.
My pleasure. It's been great.
You know, it was.
Kevin and I did a little side conversation. It was that day, and talked about, hey, do we want to develop any of these characters more? And Kevin, I think you had said, hey, I think there's a lot more behind Alan Scott than what we're seeing on the screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, let's play with that.
Yeah, definitely, man. And if it wasn't for your personality, like on set, the way that I think our director, our camera assistant was out for the day, Zachary Layton, and so Doug was actually running the camera that day to shoot the newscast scene for you. That's actually where the whole connection with the three of us started. Was just by chance, man, and we all just connected.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool, man, the way it came together.
Yeah, we all gelled like on that set instantly, even though it was a short bit, like you were saying, Aaron. It seemed like we all connected well and worked together well right off the start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
So, does anybody have any more questions about the movie?
Not about the movie. I've got some I've got a Distant Worlds question for you, though, Kevin. You're the brainchild, really. You're working with a couple other folks, and you made this world take place. But what is Distant Worlds?
All right. So, what is the Distant Worlds, man? The Distant Worlds is a fan-made DC cinematic universe. So it's a cinematic universe that is independently made by the fans, for the fans, written. It's non-union, and professionals can join in if they want to, but a lot of people, they join these films just out of passion, and so pretty much like the canon of our films take place on Earth 939. So your shows like Arrow and The Flash and Black Lightning, all those shows take place on Earth Prime. And then you have Batman Returns, that take place on Earth 89. So we take place on Earth 939. So we're all in the same little DC multiverse, but we're just farther away. And who knows, maybe one day the universe will collide. WB just has to call us.
Yeah.
We'll flash the number later.
I had one more question towards the movie.
Okay.
Real quick, and this is towards Doug. Who is like the big bad guy in this first movie?
So I alluded to it with another question, but all I can say is the big bad guy is dead.
Yeah.
And he's really not as bad as you think he is. He's just misunderstood. Of course, everyone is, right?
Definitely. Hey, so a very good job of avoiding the spoilers, man, because that would have been a point loss for you. Hey, so now this is a Distant Worlds question. Now I'm asking this because I truly don't know, and you guys always cut it to me straight. Have you ever seen any fan film universe like the Distant Worlds? Now keep in mind, we have our own magazine issue 2 coming out when the Light of the Green Lantern does, and we actually have 2 soundtracks coming out for the Light of the Green Lantern. But have you ever seen a fan film series that connects and is involved as we are?
So
You want to start?
yeah, I'll kick it off. I've been in cosplay for a lot of years, since 2012, I think, is when 2009 is when I started in cosplay. So I've been around groups for a lot of years, not only in the U.S., but I've gone out and experienced some international cosplay and stuff. I haven't seen something like Distant Worlds. There's fan films out there. There's obviously fan films, but they're not. There's not a universe that's planned with them. They're like one-offs here and there. There's a group over in California that's pretty big. They don't do anything like this. Those are like battle things. So they'll
Bat in the Sun?
Bat in the Sun. Someone that I know, Jonathan Carroll, who does the Wolverine. He also did Captain America. He was involved with that. But they do some pretty neat stuff, but it's not a continuous universe. It's who would fight against who and who would win. It's really cool. I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's different than Distant World. I've never seen something like the world of Distant Worlds.
Yeah, one singular universe, one singular where every movie keeps on going into the story.
Yeah.
What was that, Aaron?
I was gonna say the same thing. I've seen lots of different fan films series or web series. I was actually part of one in England. I had a role in a fan film internet series or web series, they call it, that I did when I was living in England. Nothing where it's multiple different movies that are all intertwined into one universe. It's usually just like one series or TV series or one movie, and that's it. Some of them are really good, really well done, but there'll only be like 1 or 2 episodes, and usually they kind of lose steam and run out, or they'll make it to where they have several short little videos in a TV series or whatever, but it's usually just like in one general location. It's not like taken out, or like it's in multiple different locations, like in a building or outside or out on the country or whatever. Like ours is like a proper, like all over the place.
Yeah, right.
From what I find, so like we do filming all over. Like all over Michigan. So it's something I have not seen, no, as far as like the extent of what we're building here is pretty amazing. And that's why I asked that question, are you planning in the future to go commercial with this or see it like getting money? Because I see the potential of what we're building could really explode one day. So like we have several different movies going on and several different, people involved from all over the place.
Oh yeah, definitely. It shows how it's spreading right now. Just like how we're having Red Hood join the Distant Worlds, Jack Leslie, and he's from Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken. He's from, and he heard about us from over there. But if given the opportunity to be able to profit off it, for you guys to be able to get paid for, because this is all hard work for everyone. We all have day jobs, but we take time from our day jobs to do this, to take away from our family time. But I would definitely, if not for me, for you guys, for my second family, I would do anything I could to make it profitable.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
So I have another question. This one is for Aaron.
Okay.
All right. So people move all the time. I'm not gonna say if anyone's moving or not, anyone's going anywhere. But let's say if you ever did have to go, out of the state where you couldn't do something where you couldn't act anymore as the Green Lantern. In the future, could you see yourself taking on a bigger role in writing or directing some kind of film or some kind of TV series in the Distant Worlds?
I feel like that's a lot, a lot of time and pressure to do something like that. I'm happy and comfortable with where I'm at position wise, like in the Distant World. Like I definitely want to still be as an actor, but I also don't mind writing or helping write stuff, or at least editing the scripts. So as far as doing directing, I do have a lot of ideas for like different camera angles, different ways to shoot things and stuff like that. But as far as like me trying to be like the lead director, I don't see myself doing that. I could be like I wouldn't mind being like a co-director on something, or helping co-write something. But as far as being like the lead of it, I don't think I would have the time to do something like that. I mean, I wouldn't mind throwing out like ideas and stuff, which Doug and I have already talked about, something outside of Distant World, about another film and things. But I don't think I could do the lead part. And that's like, I like the acting part. So I prefer to just be in the acting, be involved in how things pan out in a movie and keep the continuity. Make sure that's always going.
And
that's the one that I want to talk to you about. You let the cat out of the bag, Aaron.
Oh, okay. But I mean, that's the amazing thing for me, man, because on set, you come up with these ideas like that. Like, I'm like, this dude, he could be a writer so easily.
I've written my own stuff, like on the side, before I got in with you guys. Which, I mean, I've talked to you guys about, but I've done other YouTube videos and things like that, and I've done other acting over in England and whatnot. So I have a lot of other experience outside Distant Worlds, so that's kind of what I'm bringing into our movies, and that's why I'm able to like catch these things or think of if what the audience would want, if we try a different angle or try a scene with like a different emotion or something like that.
And speaking of his different content, guys, everyone watching, he before he was in the Distant Worlds, he played the Flash in a short series with his friend who played Batman, and dude, it was hilarious. It was hilarious, man. Lost Aaron Wacker. Oh, we lost Aaron.
Sorry, I'm back.
There he is.
Hey, what was it called again?
It's the Adventures of Batman and the Flash, Odd Couple Adventures.
All right, so I'm gonna link it down in the description. You guys check it out. That's actually where I found Aaron at, and I was like, this dude has to be in Justice League Task Force because it was just hilarious. Batman and the Flash going shopping. They're going to get fast food. It's just like it's crazy, man. I love it. So, did anybody else have any other questions?
Yeah, I got one more.
Okay.
This one's for you, Kevin. Is how does the Green Lantern movie tie into Distant Worlds? I know we kind of talked a little bit about it, but can you elaborate a little bit more on this movie specifically? How that ties into, say, like the universe, essentially.
It ties into the universe because a Justice League member who was also a doctor makes an appearance. And wherever he goes, there's a reason that he's there. So, I'm sure we'll see the outcome of why he was there. We don't see the outcome in the movie, but we see them go somewhere else. And also, the Green Lantern leads up to our film coming up after that, The Crimson Avenger, A Gotham Story. And then after that, it leads up to Justice League Task Force Part 2, which will see the Justice League and their associates and even some of their enemies go up against Darkseid's father named Yuga Khan. And that's kind of what everything's building up towards, this big bang type of moment. And Green Lantern is one of those steps on the way there, while giving us details of the world on our way there. Yeah, man. So, it was so cool doing this. A few things I want to talk to you guys about. I want to save this for last. How we were talking about other film studios that do DC fan film projects. I got together with 5 other executive producers and people that run those film studios, and we're gonna database all of our films on a website called DC Movie Megaplex. Try to show it to you guys. Not sure if you guys can see it.
Yeah, okay.
No, it kind of blends in.
So pretty much what you can do, you hit the menu button, and you can pick whichever universe you want. You can pick Geek Tragedy, you can pick Chaotic Studios, you can pick the Distant Worlds. It's pretty sweet, man. And so this is going to be like a one-stop shop for everyone that loves DC fan films. So we're slowly cataloging it. So I got to talk to Doug and Aaron or whatever on how soon they want Light of the Green Lantern on there. I know that you want it to be a Roku and YouTube exclusive for a minute, just to see how many people are truly watching and everything. But yeah, just expect to see a lot more of us. We have the Light of the Green Lantern soundtrack, music from the motion picture coming out the same week as the movie, and music inspired by the motion picture soundtrack coming out the week after. So anything you guys want to add?
Look forward to it.
Looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, no, it's this is the first time I've done anything like this, so it's super exciting for me. The only acting I've done before has been for charity work and things like that, and I've enjoyed that so much. It's been very fulfilling. This has been a unique experience from the acting and directing and writing perspective. Running a camera and learning a lot of things from you, Kevin. It's just been a great experience for me so far. I'm excited to see the Distant universe expand. As the universe is always expanding, so is Distant Worlds.
Definitely. And for those that don't know, we have right now we have 2 chapters of movies filled, and there's 5 to 6 movies in each chapter. So you guys are going to get sick of us before you see us leave you, so I want you to know that. All right, fellas. Well, man, it was cool talking to you. And, man, hey, I'll see you for the premiere, right?
See you for the premiere.
All right, guys.